Well, hello guys, welcome back to another video, and as you saw in the title, we'll be comparing banknotes, these banknotes I have here, based on design, security feature, or color scheme. So basically whatever that I see that there's similarities with it. And if you see any similarities, then comment it down below. But for me, I've pulled out the banknotes that I think have similarities to each other in terms of design. And we will not just check out the similarities, we will compare them. There's actually 3 banknotes here that I will compare. Despite having no similarities at all, I will compare them for the design, because especially that they're in the same region, sub-region. So, let's start off first with these 3 banknotes. These are Kuwait, Uganda, and the Bahamas. So you've seen this in another video from the other day. So what are the similarities about this? Well, if you look closely, you'll be able to see they have this color shifting ink on the front, and in the back they all have a windowed security thread, specifically a color changing one. So why am I comparing them once again? Because they seem to have the security features at the same place, and I think that's very cool. However, what the Kuwaiti banknote is missing is a we call this iridescent ink, which you can see right here, which I have in the Bahamian dollar and the Ugandan shilling. So now we'll put these aside since we're done with it, and we'll compare these 3. These are Caribbean currencies. So we're going to be comparing a $5 note from Trinidad and Tobago, a $50 note from Jamaica, and again the same 50-cent note from the Bahamas. So just a little bit of note that these 2 have been replaced by polymer based banknotes. So it means that other than new material, it's also there's also a new design for them. So first things first, you can see the design is very different because these are from a different timeline. These were during the 2000s. This one is during 2015. This one is 2019. So you can see this takes on a more modern design, like these 2, which looks a bit, well, vintage or traditional, as you say. And I love these 2 for some reason. I love all of these 3, but I love these so much. I love these Caribbean banknotes. They really show like color, very bright colors, especially the Bahamian dollar notes. If you check other dollar notes from Bahamas, it's really colorful. So this Jamaican banknote is unique because this is a hybrid banknote, which means it's a mix of polymer and paper. While these 2 are just paper. Either way, they're still beautiful. Oh, my camera is not focusing. And this Bahamian note also has an iridescent ink. So yeah, in terms of design feature, we can see that the watermark is on the right hand side of these, but the watermark on the newer Bahamian note is on the left side. And they all have a see-through register, if you can notice that. One over here, one over here, one over there. These 2 have the windowed security thread, however it's just a metal security thread, like a metal foil on the front. This one is on the back and it's coloured. And there's entirely printing on all of them. what's different about Trinidad and Tobago banknotes is that they don't feature any people, they feature birds. Unlike Jamaican and Bahamian banknotes, they feature people. So yes. Anyways, that wraps it up for the Caribbean banknotes. And we'll be checking these banknotes from Southeast Asia, from my region, as you say. I'm just gonna move this over here on the top. And okay, so I have noticed something that probably a lot of people haven't noticed. So if I want to like give a bit of backstory, so I'm just gonna raise this tripod up. So back then, when Singapore was a much newer country, these three countries had a currency interchangeability agreement, and Malaysia pulled out. So it means that Brunei and Singapore are still in the agreement, and you can use Bruneian dollars in Singapore, you can use Singaporean dollars in Brunei. So enough of that. I want to talk about the design. I want to talk about the collar scheme actually. What I've noticed about the collar scheme is that the $1 note from Brunei and the 1 ringgit note from Malaysia are both blue. The $5 note from Brunei, the 5 ringgit note from Malaysia, and the $5 note from Singapore are all green. The $10 note from Brunei, the 10 ringgit note from Malaysia, and the $10 note from Singapore are all red. The $20 note on all of them, and the 20 ringgit note is yellow. However, the 50 ringgit note is somewhat like bluish green. And the $50 note for this, I think it's also bluish green, but the $50 note for them, for Singapore, I think it's just white. And the $100 note for Singapore is red, the 100 ringgit note is purple for Malaysia, and the $100 note from Brunei, let me just search it up. Is yellow. So you can see that in some of the smaller denominations there's some like similar color scheme, but as the value goes higher and higher, the color scheme just became more different. So I don't know if it's just me that noticed it, or maybe you guys also noticed it, but if you did notice it before this video, comment it down below. So anyways, enough of Singaporean, Bruneian dollars and Malaysian ringgits. We will move to another region or another country. I'm so sorry if I keep clearing my throat. So I want to talk about these two countries. I just want to compare the banknotes actually. That's all I want to do. I don't think there's any similarities whatsoever in design. Well, I think there is actually. Just gonna put this on this side. So here with me you could see a 5 dirham banknote, a 5 Riyal note from Saudi Arabia, 10 Riyal banknote from Saudi Arabia, and a 10 dirham banknote. These two are from the UAE, or Dubai, if I may say, and these two are from Saudi Arabia. So what do I want to point out here? Well, in terms of design features or building quality features, they have Arabic on the front, but in the reverse they have it in English. They actually do this in other countries as well, where they speak Arabic. So in terms of design, well, you got these polymer windows. Like 10 though, I don't think they're going to make it polymer anytime soon. But these two are the updated ones from 2022, where they've made them polymer. Color scheme is different, however. Okay, I don't know what I was saying. My mum called me downstairs because she was gonna go. But anyways, I think there's another thing that I want to compare. It's the iridescent ink. So the iridescent ink they have here is colourful, and it's in the reverse side. Oh, my lights are getting weak. I don't know if you're seeing that. Meanwhile, the iridescent ink in here is on the front side. And also, they don't feature any faces. Actually, they don't feature, well, not really, but they don't have any people in the new polymer notes, except for the 50 polymer note. 58. Yep, they feature people in the 50 AED banknote. So yeah, they basically just feature people. But on these two, they don't have them, except for the clear window. They have the founding father of the UAE. So yeah, enough of these. We will move on to our next region, which is East Asia. So we have China and Mongolia. So what's similar about this? What's similar? Oh my gosh, what's similar about these banknotes? So, another backstory. These two banknotes have the same design. Well, not really, but these two had the same design, but these two undergone redesigning in 2019. Actually, they had the same design, but with much darker colors, and some of the elements. What the hell? Some of the elements here aren't even here yet, like this thing, or these, or this. Some of them aren't even here yet. But ever since the redesign in 2019, they've put these things, they've put the updated security features, and it is the same for this as well. Actually, it's just the same, but without these things. So these are the added security features they have. So basically, they just enhanced the security features and the design of the banknote. That's why I wanted to compare them, because they have this similar story. And actually, I think the new security features are great. This one's got the rolling effect as well. This one's got the circle thing. I don't know what you call that. If there's any like security features, banknote security features specialists here, can you explain to me what you call this? But either way, I love what they put here. So yeah. Anyways, enough of this region. We will move on to the next one. These are Australia and Papua New Guinea. So I have noticed something, and I have noticed this actually years ago, and I have decided to research about it, and I was right about what I thought it was. So a little bit of a backstory once again. Before, Papua New Guinea was under Australian rule, so when the Papuan Kina was made, it was pegged to the Australian dollar. So, since they were pegged to the Australian dollar, they're the same value, and in order for the people to not be confused with the banknotes, they made it the similar color scheme. So, when Papua New Guinea got their independence from Australia, they never changed the color scheme of the banknotes, and until now, it's the same thing, from 2 Kina to 100 Kina. So, what we're seeing here today is a $5 note, a 5 Kina note, 20 Australian dollar note, and a 20 Kina note. And as you can see, that both of these are purple. Unlike this one, it has a shade of pink and yellowish or something, but either way, you can see that there's purple in this. I don't know if you're just seeing black here. Let us look closer. You can see some purple in there. But to the $20 note and the 20 Kina note, you can see that it still has some orange in it, but this one is more of a reddish orange, and like here, it's more of a yellowish orange. But either way, it's still in the same color spectrum, and I think that's really cool. So now we'll be putting these Papuan banknotes away, and we'll be putting these Canadian dollars in. We'll be comparing these Australian banknotes with the Canadian dollars. So, in terms of security features and design, we may see some similarities, just like this $10 note with this $5 note from Canada. So you can see that they both have these clear windows, these big clear windows. And a bit of background information: Australia made polymer banknotes. By made, invented them, or made a successful polymer banknotes. It's actually not the invention, it's actually just, I think it's a revival, because long before 1988, Haiti tried, but they failed because of the ink smudging and other stuff. But then Australia, CSIRO, and then the RBA did some sciencey stuff and ended up making these. And you know what's ironic? Haiti ended up using their technology. So yeah. Anyway, so you can see some similarities in design. Well, this is the old Australian dollar note and these are the new ones. But these are the current Canadian dollar notes, and so is this one. This is the current Australian dollar note. So you can see that there's the shiny stuff in the big window. This one, however, the Australian notes, they have this bird over here flapping its wings, and I think that's really cool. In the Canadian dollar note, if you look in here, you will see the denomination and the dollar sign, and I have to use a laser to see through it, or you can actually just see through it, but my shitty camera cannot do that work for us, so you're just gonna have to assume what it looks like, or you can look at my older videos actually. And what that security feature is called is a laser diffraction grating, I think. What the Canadian banknotes don't have is this color shifting ink. Well, the current one, the horizontal ones, but the vertical one, which is this one, I know you've been eyeing this for a while, and I actually like this. This is beautiful. This was introduced in 2018, and you can see the color shifting ink in the back. over here. So yeah, these Australian and Canadian banknotes are beautiful, and if you notice, there's Queen Elizabeth on both of them because, you know, she was the Queen of Australia and Canada. So yeah, these are all the currencies. I'm so sorry if I didn't add anything. I'm gonna brain dead right now. You can just like notice earlier my English wasn't good. Like I was like near dyslexic or something. But anyways, you can see here are all the banknotes that look similar. So yeah, I'm rich, baby. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something new. And if you want to join my Discord server, it's in the link down below. But if you don't want to, it's fine because it's currently dead right now. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video if I ever think about making one. And goodbye.